Alright, so the first thing you're going to need to learn how to do is how to hold a knife properly. And for today we're going to be using a method called the pinch grip. And pinch grip is really simple. All you need to do is take your forefinger and your thumb and just pinch the blade of the knife. And then just wrap your fingers around it. Alright, so we're going to start out with the onion because that's going to need to cook for a little bit before we add the eggs. And so what you want to do, you want to keep the root intact because that holds the onion together. You want to cut the onion in half. And then, what you're going to do is cut off the top part, keeping the root intact. And then next you want to take off all the skin. You want to make cuts lengthwise into the onion itself, getting as close to the root as possible without really cutting it. And to do that, you want to take your fingers, form them into a group of 3, and curl your fingertips backwards, that way you won't cut it. And you want to use just the tip of your knuckle to guide the knife. So we're going to make lengthwise cuts just into the onion. And depending on how big you want your onion slices to be, you just vary the length between it. But what you want to do is you want to keep them relatively the same size. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to cut horizontally through the onion. So just hold it together and go all the way back, and then a last one at the top. And then the final step is you just want to just go down the onion. So now that you've cut your onion up, basically just put some butter in a pan on about medium heat. And so what you want to do is basically just add as much onion as you want. So you're going to want to just stir the onions around a little bit to make sure they're all coated evenly with oil. And once you got them coated, you can sort of spread them out and let them sweat for a little while. And you're going to want to cook them till they turn like translucent, maybe a little bit past when they start to brown a little and caramelize. So next we're going to go on to the jalapeno because I just want some kick in this dish. And basically with the jalapeno, what you want to do is keep your fingers tucked back like normal, cut off the stem, and then just cut it in half. Alright, so now that you've cut your jalapeno in half, what you want to do is cut it julienne style, which is pretty much a long, thin strips about the same size. So just cut, and you don't need to go fast, just try and keep them in a uniform size. And then what you want to do is line them up, and we're going to make them into little tiny cubes, trying to keep it about the same size. So next we're just going to do the tomato, and so what I'm going to do is just cut in half, and then in half again. And what I've done to it is just taken out the insides and patted it dry a little. The reason for that is they're just full of water, and I don't really want this dish watered down that much. And so with these, you're just going to do the same strategy you used with the jalapeno, and now we have our tomato. And I won't add all of this to the dish at once. I kind of want to keep some for later for garnishing. So I'll just add a little bit to our jalapeno and onion mixture. So next we're going to move on to the eggs. For this I'm going to use 3. So what you want to do is just find a flat surface, take the egg, and then just solid hit, and then just crack it open. So now I'm just going to season the eggs real quick, like just a light amount of pepper and just a little bit of salt. And you basically just want to beat the eggs together and then just pour it right in. Gently pull it into the center, and then the raw egg will run out around it. It's almost done now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some cheese, sprinkle a little bit of it over top, and then I'm going to mix it up just a little bit more, just to sort of incorporate the cheese and make sure it melts. Alright, then you can just enjoy your eggs.